Hello, I am Fireflower, a modder and CC creator for The Sims 2. So today while I was scrolling through YouTube, I saw this video by Nenna pop up on my dash, Sims 2 Cottage Living. Now, me being the custom content fan I am, really like it when YouTubers, Sims YouTubers, review Sims mods, and in the thumbnail there's one I recognize, namely Barnyard Bash. Now, for reasons I'll go into later, I want to react to this video. Please keep in mind that I have already watched a couple of videos, a couple of minutes of this video, and so I have gathered my thoughts on part of it, and those thoughts are kind of why I decided to make a video reaction instead of just leaving a comment. So let's get to it. Let's play the video, shall we?
Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Nenna, and today I am bringing you some mods for The Sims 2 to turn your game into The Sims 4 Cottage Living, or at least as close as it can be. I personally like having a big garden, and I like tending to the garden. I like the idea of raising chickens and ducks and livestock. Now that The Sims 4 Cottage Living is coming out, I thought I would show you guys some of the mods that I have in my game that basically allows you to do the same thing as you can potentially do in The Sims 4. I say potential because it hasn't actually come out yet, but from what I've seen, chickens and cows are a pretty big thing. It's probably as close as we're gonna get in The Sims 2. All the links and sorts are going to be in the description box down below. I'll also add a link to download my boy because I thought you guys might be interested in him. This is what boy looks like. So boy is currently
Is a very nice looking sim. So let's see what he's going to do.
Tending in his garden, and I'm gonna have to pause it in just a second because we're really close to it becoming night, and I had to record this part another time because your girl accidentally forgot to press record. We love a pro YouTuber. Before I get into the two main features of this video, we'll have a link underneath this video to some new crops that you guys can grow. There are many different vegetables and starchy foods, nuts, and I think even some fruit. There's also corn, and these corn stalks come as they are. You don't need to plant them in some dirt. You just pop them on the floor just like so, and once they're ready to be harvested, they'll have a little corn slipped in there. So just it's neatly tucked away like that your Sims can go ahead and harvest. It's not exactly the most boring part of this video, but I know that plants aren't as exciting as cows and chickens are, or at least to me. We're not all as crazy about plants as I am. Before it gets too dark, I am going to have boy come over here and do some of the chores that I've been piling up so I can properly show you guys how these are all part of a set, and you will see that I have two different types of content, different types of mods from two different makers. They work the same for the most part, but the only differences I would say are the slight, and I say really slight, animation differences, as well as object texture, and the way that you have to take care of them also depends on which mod you're using. You will see that most of the items that I have are from Sun and Moon's mod collection. The other ones I don't know from the top of my head. So all of these items will be located in buy mode. Most of these items you'll be able to find in your miscellaneous folder that is located in hobbies and miscellaneous. As you can see, I have a bunch of different things, and not everything will be shown in this video. I'm mainly going to stick to chickens and cows because that is the closest to what you can get in The Sims 4 Cottage Living. Second place you want to look is your miscellaneous inside of your miscellaneous.
So here I'd actually like to pause, because as you can see to the right of the screen, there are some signs. Now, I haven't watched far enough to see whether she'll review those, but I believe those are the farm animal signs by Rebecca from Affinity Sims. These are pretty popular. They're animals that move. Now, when downloading these, if she's going to review these, then you have to keep in mind that these add custom NPCs, and once you load into your HUD with a custom NPC in your downloads folder, it's in there forever. You can't delete that NPC. Never delete NPCs. You can remove the objects associated with said NPC, but the NPC, do not delete it. Never.
This folder. Most of what you see in here is from, let me see if it says, most of these are from Sims Slice, and they...
Oh, Sims Slice, classic. They actually scrambled their code. Like, if you look into the package, you'll see that it's named all Sims Slice code 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. in a way to make it difficult for other modders to replicate what they've done. It's pretty annoying, but they made some pretty cool objects, which you can find at the booty.
They're, I think, part of the cycle of life is, for example, the chicken coops. This is a duck coop.
These coops are in fact not part of Sims Slice stuff. These are both part of the Sun and Moon set. Now, I want to explain a little bit more about this difference between those two coops, but we'll get into that later, trust me.
They are from, oh, it actually doesn't say, but I know these are from the Sun and Moon collection. There might be some from Sims Slice as well in here. However, don't credit me on that. So your chickens are pretty self-sufficient, but there are a few things that you can do with them. And for the rest, it's pretty much up to you what you want to do. But let's just go ahead and do some tasks.
So, alright. Alright, I paused too early.
I don't really want to keep it paused for too long, but I do know that it's about to be dark and I kind of need some light to make this work. It looks like Boy was already checking out these fresh eggs and now he's feeding the ducks. I actually want to go ahead and collect these eggs. He's currently collecting some eggs for food, so I guess he wanted to eat some of those. Once you're done collecting with...
Alright, I keep pausing around the duck coop. Now, you'll see why later, but the existence of this duck coop currently annoys me as a modder.
With your eggs, Sims will automatically get a bucket of eggs in their inventory. And fully feed your ducks, check for eggs so that your chickens, or your ducks in this case, don't die. Now we're gonna go ahead and feed the birds in here as well. You can see that the chickens are currently missing. This is just a bit of a bug.
Alright, so here I'd like to start. So as you can see, Nenna has two coops. They look basically the same, except for that in the coop to the left you have some ducks, and in the coop to the right you don't. Now, to explain why this is happening, and why this is in fact not a bug, I'm gonna have to explain a little bit about how Barnyard Bash works. So, for the record, I have been working with Frag, aka Fractured Moonlight, aka the mastermind behind Sun and Moon, for quite a while now, and occasionally I do updates to sets. Barnyard Bash was one set I updated, so I am pretty familiar with how the set works, considering I coded the recent update. So anyways, so the new Barnyard Bash set, it's not as much a set as it is a bunch of sets in a trench coat. It's basically a consolidation. So Barnyard Bash was made to declutter the catalog and to make things more comprehensive, plus adding trade support. Now, one of these sets included in this big compilation, all these sets in a trench coat, well, one of them is counting your chickens, aka the chicken coop mod. This mod had already been reviewed by a couple of Sims YouTubers, such as, I think, Cozy Pixels and Belladova. Those are two that come to mind. And there was also another set called Duck Duck Goose. Now, Duck Duck Goose basically works the same as counting chickens, but instead of chickens, we're talking about ducks and geese. Now, what I did with Barnyard Bash was to consolidate these 3 sets into one. So what that solidly means in terms of objects is that I combined the coops. Yes, the coops were combined. So now one coop can be used to gather chicklings, goslings, or ducklings, depending on which birds you have on your lot. Now, in the instructions in the manual for Barnyard Bash, it is stated that you have to remove any previous animal husbandry sets in your downloads folder. And judging by, well, that there is a duck coop, specifically a duck coop, not just a bird or a poultry coop, but a duck coop on Nenna's lot, means that she did not delete Duck Duck Goose. So, essentially, to the left we have an older version, and to the right we have a newer version. So, later I'll get into the bug a little bit more, but just so you know the difference.
On its own, The Sims 2 is a bit buggy, so if you play The Sims 2, you know exactly what's up. But let me just go ahead and get some chicken eggs. It actually says that we can collect some duck eggs as well. These are also a different type of coop, and you can do the same thing with them. You can feed them. You're actually feeding the animals, not just some empty space, but unfortunately, like I said, there's a bit of a bug going on, so the chickens aren't properly rendering.
So this is, like I said, this is not a bug. So, like I said, the coops were consolidated. So I thought it would be a bit silly to have a couple of chickens or ducks or geese showing up when you wouldn't have those animals on the lot. So, instead of like some decorative chickens, putting some decorative birds in the coop that don't move on their own, they're just part of the mesh, I decided to remove said decorative birds in favor of slots. So you can put a decorative chicken, duck, or goose in there. Or, I don't know, a candle, a dragon statue, anything really. So when you place an actual, like, hopping duck, goose, or chicken in there, they will leave the coop, however. They won't stay put. This is pretty typical for real-life chickens. They like to roam around. But it can be a bit annoying with Sims stuff, so just use decorative birds if you want them to look pretty. But like I said, this is not a bug, and this is the prime reason why I decided to make this video. As someone who has actually worked on Barnyard Bash, who consolidated these coops, it's pretty annoying when a major Sims YouTuber kind of frames a function, a design decision on, just frames it as a bug. It's why I decided to make this video, but let's keep watching.
A fault on my part. If you've collected eggs
not a fault on your part,
hatching,
Nenna.
you will get a little pile of eggs just like so. And it says here to
These
place
are
the eggs in a brooding box, and it takes 2 days to get some chicks. This is a brooding box, a brood box, a little little microwave for your eggs. If we put them
Microwave for your eggs. I like that.
inside of here, there are 3 slots. We'll just be cooking away. I like how he's just seasoning those eggs. In 2 days, there will be little chicks growing from there. Currently don't have any chicks, but you know, let's just leave a little bit of this mod set for as a surprise. We have a few mature chickens that I can actually go ahead and show you. And I'm gonna have to pause it because I think it's gonna be dark.
Another thing that she didn't mention, or at least didn't mention yet, is you can't collect goslings, ducklings, or chicklings, baby chickens, when you have no rooster on your lot. If you try to rooster, gander, or drake on your lot, if you don't have, you can click the option, but if you don't have any of these male birds, it will prompt you whether you want to buy one. So that's a neat function.
soon. We have a rooster, and this is George. George is a rooster. You can individually feed these chickens as well, so they're not attached to a coop. As you see, these two are pretty much like attached to the coop. They'll just sit in there, and if this mod was properly working, you would see some chickens in here as well.
The mod is properly working, like I said. This is just frustrating. Oh, wow, I turned off the sound. Sorry.
Individual chickens stuck to the coop, but you can, in fact, buy and purchase some singular individual chickens and ducks that you can place on your lot, and they are animated as well. But before I get into that, before it gets dark, let me just show you guys some of these ducks up close. They're pretty cute. So I've got some ducks and chickens. I want to spice things up and add a little ducky in there. So here we have one duck, and we have a bunch of chickens because we had, don't mind the random crane in the background. This is a world I'm working on. Oh, one of my ducks escaped. Barry.
Yes, the ducks will escape. They will hop. I recommend using a fence of holding or a box of blocking to kind of surround the perimeter so they can't jump the fence. Or you can just let them jump the fence. That's pretty fun.
Barry, get back inside, Barry. We have some rabbits, we've got some chickens and some ducks and a rooster, and then more bunnies, and then oh my god, we got a skunk visiting, and then we also got Larry the duck. Now if we go what the heck, if we go underneath the house, you will see that I have an egg. Okay, so I have mods from
so that egg is not part of any Sun and Moon sets. I think it's part of the Sim Slice chickens. Now I've never actually used or looked into the Sim Slice chickens, so I'm pretty curious to see how they work.
So let me just quickly go over here. This is the front of my house, and this is the other chicken set that I currently have. And as I also said or mentioned, these are super, well, not super, but they are animated, so they'll plop from slot to slot. A chicken takes up one tile and it'll just spawn from tile to tile, but they'll go everywhere on your lot. This is the rooster. As you can see, a totally different texture, and these are the ones from Sim Slice, and this is your big old chicken. They are totally different, and they work totally different. I showed you the eggs for the Sun and Moon set are pretty much their slot is within the coop or the nesting box. You will not find a random eggs on the floor.
Well, actually, this is a function that has been added. You can find random eggs on the floor. There's a very, and I mean very small chance that your chickens will randomly lay eggs on the floor. Now, this is only like a 5% chance every 24 hours, if I remember correctly. But there is in fact a chance, but it is rather rare.
For these chickens, they will, oh my god, they will lay eggs bigger.
That's a really big egg, yeah.
Than their freaking head. How
Holy
humongous shit. This egg is.
That is a big egg. It's
unreal. But yeah, they'll lay a little eggs. Well, little eggs. Damn,
That's
girl.
An ostrich egg.
I'm glad I didn't get born as a chicken. Look at these little tiny feet, and then they're just, my god. I have to admit, they're pretty cute. You can either eat it or you can, I guess, clean it up. I'm not exactly sure. Eggs left alone will hatch baby chick. Okay, nice. So if we leave the egg alone, eventually it will turn into a little baby chick, and I actually haven't seen one myself. If you guys are interested in that, you'll just have to download the mods, hope your chicken lays an egg bigger than its head, and wait for the baby to spawn. Oh, and in case you guys are wondering, yes, the animals can interact with the chickens, and
yes, they will eat them.
In fact, skunk or dog, cat, whatever comes to visit will eat or attack your freaking ducks or chickens or whatever. They will fight and eat your animals, and then you get a little carcass. I have one right here. Poor Henry. Poor Henry. Rest in peace, Henry. Rest in peace. I'm not gonna really show you guys too much of the mods in person, but I do want to quickly note that the SimSlice mods come with a set of animals. Like there's a crocodile and there's obviously a female of each. You can even have some cats and some dogs, and they will as well spawn offspring by themselves. We have a swan, stuff like that, even a dog. So you can own a dog or buy a dog, so to say, and you put down some food for the cat or for the horse or for the chicken, and that is how you keep them nice and healthy. So that is pretty much all I have to say about the chickens without making this video like 40 minutes. One thing I want to show you before it gets too late is the well. The well is fully functional and it has a bit of an animation to it. Your sim will fill up his little bucket and it'll turn, not turn, but it'll pop.
Ah yes, this is one of the sun and moon wells. It adds water.
Pop up in his inventory.
These water buckets
Don't look at me like that, sir. As for the cow part, when taking care of cows and livestock, there are a few things that you need to do or prepare. You have to take care of the animals or they will die. And just as the SimSlice, animals, they need some food, they need some water, but they need to have your sim actually go and get it. So for cows, you will need to get a big old bowl, 2 of them, and 1 you need to fill up with water. And you're
yes, the trough consolidation. This is the whole reason why this consolidation started. It seems kind of silly to have like 6 identical items that, you know, you need 1 for the goats, you need 2 different ones for the goats, you need 2 different ones for the cows. Well, sometimes animals just share stables. Seriously, it happens.
You're gonna get the water through the well, so your sim will automatically grab some buckets and fill them. And there's a little animation to it as well. I really like it. I think it's really cool.
Look at that beautiful water.
As for the food, you'll need to purchase 1 of these bills. Now this is, or not bills, but a stack. This is a stack of hay, and this is a stack of, no, actually, this is a stack of straw, and this is a stack of hay.
Yep, straw and hay. So, straw is kind of for bedding. There is actually a bedding object included in Barnyard Bash, if it wasn't forgotten, but I think it's included. And, you know, when you clean out a stable, you clean out the poop, you put some sawdust on the floor, you put some straw in, and, yeah, clean stable. Hay, however, is for food. You can kind of differentiate it by how big the well, grass is, and hay tends to be a little bit more greenish than straw, which is also very visible in here.
Your sims to feed the cows, you'll need to purchase a hay bale. Just 1 is enough, so your sim will come over here and grab a hay bale, and then it will appear in your sim's inventory. For the sake of this video, let's also buy 1 straw bale. So if we look in our sim's inventory, you will find that we now have 3 hay bales and a straw bale. So you want to go and put your straw bale wherever you want to put some bedding, basically. As for the hay bale, what you want to do is keep it in your inventory. He's even doing a little chicken dance. That's probably his mating call.
Yeah, that's from
Boy,
SimSlice.
that's why he laid such big old eggs.
It's not a Sun and Moon.
I know everything. Yeah, he's going to fill up the big old bowl with some of that hay. So now the cows have some food that will keep them healthy. There are a few items you can buy. For example, you can get a dung rake and some buckets. So your sims
auto tools
perform tasks autonomously. You don't have to get it, obviously, but it.
If you're using the 3-2 trades project, you can in fact also get autonomous interactions without the auto tools, the inventory tools. Yeah, for example, animal lover, servant, farmhand, just to name some.
Does, like I said, help. You have to read upon the mod yourself, but yeah, as you can see, he's pretty much taking care of everything by himself. These grass patches are also something you can buy and it'll grow and you'll have to take care of it. If your livestock isn't eating it, you'll have to actually go ahead and cut it yourself, but you'll find that out pretty soon. As for, oh my god, he's gonna say hello again, straw bedding, you actually have to place it outside of your inventory.
So yeah, this is this is more just a real life thing, but straw bedding typically isn't put down outside. It is put down inside though, in the stables. Yeah, I actually did like some of that today. No, that was just a little bit of sawdust for the pigs. Anyways.
And then you can either grab it or you can prepare it. And if we prepare it, it creates some bedding for the cows. And if you leave it out too long, as we have done, you can replace it or dispose of it. And this keeps your cows nice and happy. So let's just say we want to dispose it. We'll just click on it and he'll go ahead and do some of his chores and make a little...
Oh my gosh, it can get so stinky. But cleaning out stables, it isn't quite as bad as having to clean out a dirty waterfowl pool. Let me tell you that. That is like the stinkiest thing I've ever had to do with animals. And I'm glad they can be outside now, those dampers.
Pile of the old stuff and you'll just get rid of it. Just like so. For the cows itself, they aren't super animated.
Oh, look, it's a
so your
Highland
sim
cow.
has to clean the poo and do some other tasks to you keep them healthy.
Cow.
Your calves will eventually grow up and they'll become fully fledged cows.
They're adorable, aren't they?
You can talk to them, you can play with them. I think these are a different type of breed than your
Yep, they're Highland cattle. They're very floofy.
Average cow. They're very hairy cows. You can grab
Floofy
them,
cows.
inspect them, do a bunch of things with them, and even children can interact with them. But you should play around with that yourself. Oh my god, you're almost standing in a big old pile of poo. Let's go ahead and clean that up and go ahead and force your cows to have a baby if you would like to. So for example,
so yeah, the cows, there's a reason those force options exist. Namely that, well, cows take a long time to get pregnant. Their pregnancy lasts very long, especially when you compare it to like your average sim pregnancy. So that's why the force options have been included.
This cow already has a calf.
And cows will only give milk if they have birthed a calf, and you should really look at the documentation.
But if I wanted to have another one, I could wait for the cow to just do it by itself, or we'll just go ahead and force the cow to have another baby and one will just spawn right there. Dude, can you just stop? Oh my god, can you just stop for 1 second? I want to finish this video. Let's do it like this. We can also milk the cow, and milking does have a fluid animation for it. I really love it. I think it's really well done for the Sims 2. You know, it's a Sims 2 mod. It's a Sims 2
Yeah, I think it's done by Rebecca, if I remember it correctly.
game. It's a bug-old city, the allure of bugs. Hey guys, that is the mod. That is, in short, what taking care of cows look like. You will see or notice that the cows move their heads back and forth. They don't actually really move around as I have showed you guys. The chickens are a bit more interactive, but they're probably also a little easier to animate. In short, that is all.
It's actually, so the fun thing is, she's saying animated, but they're actually not animated. Neither the chickens nor the cows are animated. So what the chickens do is they hop from tile to tile. So, you know, the reason why they do this is also the reason why this mod, Barnyard Bash, is pretty much incompatible with just about every anti-roach mod, because they've been cloned from the roaches. So Sims can actually get sick from having too many chickens around. Call it the bird flu. But yeah, they hop around like that.
What this is about, so I'm really freaking excited to show you guys this. I know a lot of you really like The Sims 4 and love to play The Sims 4, but I also know that a lot of people are Sims 2 diehards, and I really wanted to give you an alternative to The Sims 4. I've been meaning to show you guys this for a while now.
Who knows, perhaps The Sims 4 Cottage Living is just an alternative for Sun and Moon.
now, but I finally had my moment and I think the timing was just perfect. So to know more about these chickens and these mods, feel free to check out the link underneath my videos. And I don't forget to say bye to George? I think I called you George. Oh
Yes,
my god, this is like the
George.
prettiest. This is actually a really nice shot. Don't forget
It's
to
a
say
very
bye to
nice
George.
mesh.
Hi George, bye George. I want to thank you guys so much for watching my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!
So, that was the video. Yeah. I do not have a... I do not have another OBS scene for just my face setup. So I guess I'm gonna have to do it like this. So yeah, that was the video, and that was my reaction to it. So yeah, that's just kind of my perspective on this video as a modder who've worked on Barnyard Bash. So yeah, the lack of chickens is not a bug. It's a feature. You can use the slots, place some nice decorative chickens there. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. If you'd like to see more videos, like, share, comment, and subscribe. And let me know if you want me to do like more of these types of reaction videos. Hopefully with a little bit better quality. Anyways, bye!